Okay, so now this mouse is like an interesting one because what happened is that I was because I moved to a new place, and of course the place has been designed properly because it's more modern than where I was before. So of course it's designed in such a way so that basically mammals can't get into it, and even the insects have a hard time getting in as well. But I mean, they can just about get in, but the mammals have no chance. But of course, the only way a mouse could get in is if someone dumb decided to leave one of the doors open, and of course they left it open for quite a while. And of course, if you leave a back door open for too long, eventually some mouse is going to notice and come in, even though it doesn't. There's no chance that you can get anything decent from being in there. And one thing I'm going to mention, you notice how this mouse is jumping. I don't think this mouse can be that old because I've seen some mouse which can jump a lot higher than this one. Because he's really jumping a short distance for a mouse. It's like he's not really putting much effort in. But I've seen there's some other mice which are really good who can jump and like scrape their way up the side to get a bit of extra height. But of course this one, as you can see, the distance it's jumping, it's not going to make it at all. But anyway, I was going to just continue to say, so they left the door open, and of course the mouse eventually got in. And what happened is that there's other flats in the building, and it was going around to each of them, I presume. So I thought that maybe one of them would take it in as a pet and sort of look after it, and then I could just ignore it. But then, of course, eventually, and you see what it was is that, it's not very good at jumping. The other mice are much better than it. But like I was saying, they left so the mouse came in, and I presume he must have been getting food from some of the other places because I think it managed to last about a month. But then eventually I looked, no, I was hearing some funny sound. I had this bin just lying there that I picked up from outside. And so I was hearing some funny sound. And so I didn't really bother to check, but then eventually I had a look in the bin, and I noticed that the mouse had somehow gone across the table and dropped in it, and I thought, okay. So here I am, have all these sort of mousetrap experience, and I doubt whether the other people, they know much about catching mice. All they probably know about is just lay down some poison. I hope the mouse eats it. They don't actually have any proper experience where they actually understand the way sort of mice do things and the way they operate. So it seems that they didn't even bother trying to lay down traps or anything, and so eventually it looks like the mouse was getting lean pickings in the other places. So eventually, for some reason, he just ended up coming to where I was and jumping into the bin. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just that this mouse just got bored, and maybe it knew that, I don't know, maybe sometimes the reputation follows you, and somehow the magnetic reputation dragged the mouse into my place because that's the best chance you had of getting out. I don't know. But as you see, that's what happened. So here I'm just taking the mouse out down to the exit point. Or sorry, not exit point, but where I'm gonna release it. And I'm just what I was just gonna say is that where I'm taking it, it's not that far away from where I live. But the thing about it is that I made sure that where I'm walking to, it's like a park with woods, with some trees, lots of trees as well. I'm just taking it to the other side, so if it gets bored of the little bit of countryside that's there, then the nearest houses, of course, are just further down. And as long as those people have enough sense to not open their back doors for too long, and also to close, make sure that their houses are sealed properly, then wouldn't have to worry about this mouse, and it can just make do with just getting food from outside like what it normally did. And the thing about it is that obviously mice can survive outside, because if they couldn't, then they wouldn't be around. So putting the mouse back outside, of course, it's a sensible thing, because what else? That's where they came from. So it's just going back to where it's its usual habitat. Okay, so here we have some squirrels. Well, I suppose what squirrels doing it, they just go looking for food. So I wonder if I should leave it here, so it can have some fun with these squirrels. And of course, we know that these are, of course, going to be the grey squirrels, because the brown ones, they got rid of them by introducing these ones. So just having a quick, intermission, just to make my hand recover, just seeing what they're doing. But anyway, we're getting close to the other end of where I'm going to. Here's a close up of the mouse, and the only reason that this happened is because I think I touched something on the camera where the zoomed in too far, so some of the footage was a bit close up. But anyway, here we made it to the other side of the little park, and so now it's time to let it out. And so just getting ready and just laying it down, and then give the mouse a chance to run out. And actually, this mouse is more sensible. Some other mice which didn't seem to realize what was happening, but he's actually waiting. So now it's down. So now it's time for it to, just go for it. Ready to get out. I mean, what else can it do? That's it, it's off.